So beside me here, I've got a 2026 Ford Explorer ST in Star White Matte Tri-Coat. We're going to do a walk around and a review on it. Let me know what you guys think. All right, so in front of me here, I've got a 2026 Ford Explorer ST here in Star White Matte Tri-Coat. And the Ford Explorer ST is a great option SUV if you want a cool three-row SUV that has a lot of cool performance aspects to it, and it is pretty quick. And you're not gonna, break the budget spending over $100,000. So let's start here at the front with these headlights. You're gonna get LED daytime running lights with LED lights. Now, as we carry into the center here, we can see we've got the Explorer name there in black. We've got a massive grille here with a Ford badge that's in blue. We've got a camera right there for your 360 camera. We can see it is an ST because we've got the ST name there on the driver's side. Fog lights as well with parking sensors on the bumper. Now, from a front profile view, I gotta say the front fascia is pretty big and it is pretty bold. I honestly really do enjoy the front end here. Now, the white is gonna show obviously a lot more accents in the front and around the vehicle. Now, if you do get black, people are probably gonna mistake you for being a cop car, but you're not gonna obviously see the accents around the Explorer. But that's it here at the front, guys. Let me know what you think. Let's take a look underneath the hood and go over the engine. So taking a look underneath the hood here of this Ford Explorer ST, we've got the 3-liter EcoBoost V6 producing 400 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 10-speed. Now, one thing that bothers me when you open up the hood is you have to release the latch twice, but they don't give you struts here. They give you this stick to hold it up. But anyways, honestly, this is a very quick SUV with that amount of horsepower and torque. Once you put it in sport mode, you can definitely feel the steering stiffen up, and it has a lot of get up and go, I'm not gonna lie. But that's it underneath the hood here of this Explorer. Let's take a look around it and go over its options. All right, so let's take a look around the Ford Explorer ST, and we'll start with the tire and wheel setup. So we're sitting on Pirelli tires. 275/45 R21 is the tire size. We've got a 21-inch wheel here. You can see it's a matte gray look. Personally, I'm gonna go with the black wheel. I think it just looks better with, the all white and then also the black accents around it. It looks pretty good. You've got the red brake caliper there, which also looks great. You've got that carpeted liner inside. No air suspension on this vehicle. We've got these plastic liners around it at the bottom, as you can see. Nothing here on the fender. We've got a black mirror cap here with your camera underneath and also a turn signal light. And then here's a side profile view of the Explorer, so you can see more of that plastic lining. Now, from a side profile view, I think it looks good. You're gonna get keyless entry on all 4 doors from the front and back, which is awesome. You got the Explorer name there with that black trim piece. And like I said, from a side view, I think it looks good. Now let's take a look over here at the front on the passenger side. And you're greeted with a 2-tone interior. You can see you've got the ST name here with some red stitching, and then the Alcantara as well. So it's like that 2-tone of leather and Alcantara, but the seats are very comfy, very plush. You've got your automatic seat adjustments here, and they do have heated and ventilated seats at the front and the arm massage, which is also cool to note. You're gonna get Ford Performance here on the door sill. And this is what the dash looks like. So you get the B&O logo here, but it looks great. You've got that red stitching with some more leather, and then that pattern carries over here. Then you're gonna get a little bit of an Easter egg here with all the Explorers down below here in this little pocket. Now over here on the door panel, all soft touch here at the top. Lock and unlock here, B&O speaker with your door handle, and then your window opener here, and then you're gonna get more storage. But overall, I think the interior is really nice at the front. And then let's take a look at the back here. So this one here does not have the captain chairs. You're gonna get the bench seat here, but you can see here you're gonna get more of that Alcantara with the ST logo there, and then that red stitching, and the seats are very, very plush. I gotta say, they feel really good. And then over here, you're gonna get climate control buttons over here with heated seats. You're gonna get a 120 and then 2 USB-Cs with a little bit of a pocket down below. Now this one does have the full moonroof as well. And then these seats also can recline and they go forward and back, which I'll show you guys in just a moment. Now here's what the door panel looks like. So you're gonna get a speaker here, your window control here with a cup holder, and then more storage down below. But I'll show you guys how I would get in here as someone who's about 5'11". All right, guys, so hopping into the back here, it's very easy. For my height, it's like perfect to get in and out of. You've got a handle here. You're not gonna need a running board to get in. And all you do, obviously, put your foot inside and you're good to go. Now, the seats are very comfy. They can be reclined, so you can recline them like this. They also can move forward and back. And yeah, like I said, it's comfy. You've got your climate control back here, heated seats, a 110 to plug something in, and then 2 USB-Cs. Like I said, you have the handle here, you've got a vent, light, coat hanger. That's really it. I mean, it is comfy, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish they had screens back here. I think that would be a nice touch to have. You've got the moonroof to allow more light. Now to get into the 3rd row, there is a latch here that you open up, and you have access to the third row. So that's essentially how you would get into the back. It gives you a little bit of room. Honestly, it's not a lot, but you know, at least you have access to get into the back here. You've got 2 USB-Cs here, and then you got a pocket here, and then some cup holders as well on both sides. Then at the top here, you have 2 vents with a light. But that's really it. Personally, if you only have 2 kids, I would opt for the captain chairs, so the bucket chairs, so one here and one here, not in the middle. 2 people back here is going to be fine. A third is going to be tough, and that's just honestly my opinion. I like the bucket chairs. I feel like they feel a little bit better. Plus you get like an armrest in the middle too. But that's really it for the back here, guys. Let me know what you think. So that's pretty much it for the back here, guys, but I wanted to show you essentially with this middle seat down, you know, what captain chairs would look like. Personally, I probably would still get the captain chairs, so the one over there and one over here, with this being an entryway to get into the back. The room here to get to the third row is not as good. Here's the latch that you'd pull forward, and honestly, if you have 2 kids, I would still get just the captain chairs. You know, the third in the middle may not be necessary, but you still can get to the third row with having this. Let me know what you guys think, and then here's a look at that moonroof. And then we'll shut this here, and then here's a look at the back tire and wheel. Same dimensions here in the back as it is in the front, and then you've got that carpet liner inside. So that's it for a side profile view. Let's take a look at the back tailgate. I just want to say thank you to Kitchener Ford here in Kitchener, Ontario. Go see my boy Connor. He'll hook you up with a great deal on one of these units. So in the back here of the Ford Explorer ST, we'll start here in the middle. We can see we've got the Ford badge there, and then Explorer there on that black trim piece. We've got your LED tail lights there. Down below in the bumper, we've got your parking sensors with quad-tipped exhaust tips. But as you can see, the tailpipes actually are curved down inside. I'm assuming that is for not making the tips dirty or potentially burning the bumper there, which I've never really seen, to be honest. You've got a tow hitch there. With the right package, you're going to tow about 5,000 pounds. Now you can see here it does have a rear wiper. Personally, I like brands that keep it in this little lip there. I think it just makes the back a little bit cleaner. Now I'm going to zoom out here. To enter the back here, there is a button underneath the R on Explorer at the end, and then you're going to be able to open up the back here. Now with the third row seats up, you're not going to get a lot of room, I'm going to be honest with you. If you push this button here, they will both go down ever so slowly to give you ample amount of room. Now you do have more storage underneath here, which is nice to know. So you got a pocket here for, you know, your third passenger for 2 USB-Cs, and then if you want to put stuff there. But honestly, that's really it. You got a speaker here, some tie-down clamps. Doesn't look like there's a 120, but you've got a 12 volt back here if you want to plug in a cooler or whatnot. And that's really it. Now you can just lift up one seat if you want. So if you need storage on one side and if you need to put another passenger here. But honestly, that's really it, guys. We'll shut the tailgate here with this button. Now obviously the headrests are down, you can obviously lift them up. But that is it for a back profile view, guys. Let's take a look at those seats behind the driver. All right, so let's take a look at the seats behind the driver. And here's a look at the door panel. Same design and material. Honestly, it's the same on this side. Nothing here on the door sill. And then this is what the seat looks like. So you're going to get the ST name there. And again, they're nice, soft, and plush. Inside here is a look at your climate controls with your heated seats, USB-Cs, and then here is your 110 volt, they call it. You got pockets on both sides behind the front seats. And then you have your handles, and then there's a look at that moonroof. So that's really it, guys. Here, let's take a look at the front seat there. All right, so taking a look inside the Ford Explorer here on the driver's side. So we'll start with the door panel, all soft touch here at the top, some more soft touch here where your arm would lay with some red stitching. Window and mirror controls here, and the mirrors are power folding. You've got memory seats here with lock and unlock, and then some door storage down below. Fork performance here on the door sill, and then this here is your hood latch release. You actually have to push it twice. And then here are your seat adjustments. And then there's what the seat looks like. We've got your tailgate release here, your light controls, and then your interior dim switches. Now this is a telescopic steering wheel, but it is manually adjusted here with this little lever here, which I do wish they gave you an automatic one, but it is what it is. Now that's really it, guys. Before we hop in, let's talk about the interior. So we are inside the Ford Explorer ST here. We'll start with the steering wheel. It's a leather wrapped steering wheel here with some perforation and then a little bit of a flat bottom here. Honestly, the steering wheel feels really good. I like that red stitching around it as well with the ST logo there. Now on the left side is going to be your cruise control with your Blue Cruise technology as well as lane centering. And then over here on the right side is going to be for your controls for your instrument cluster. Now as you can see here, the map's going to take up 3/4 of the display, which honestly I don't mind. But just switching it with this little button here, you can go into your fuel economy, you know, your trip stuff as well, and then you can go to status information. But it's just going to depend what you want. Honestly, like I said, I don't mind having the map there on the screen like that. Now behind the steering wheel on both sides are your paddles, and then on the left side is going to be for your turn signals, and then on the right is going to be for your wipers. Now at the top here, you're going to get kind of like a soft touch rubber, I would say, with a speaker there at the top. But I gotta say the dash looks, you know, more plain Jane, which honestly I don't mind. I don't mind that there's not much going on at the top here, and then that texture from here to here carries throughout the whole dash with more of that red stitching around it. And honestly, I really like the way the dash is laid out. You're gonna get the Explorer name there also on the passenger side. Now here is your display screen here. It honestly works really well. You've got your home button here, and then you can go to your car for all of your, you know, car settings if you wish. But the home button is going to give you, you know, your audio, your maps, and then some other stuff at the top here. And then you can click these 6 dots here and go to other settings and scroll through if you wish. But the screen works really well. It's pretty fast and responsive. If I click maps here, it goes right to maps. It is Google Maps there. And then if I click audio, it goes right to audio. So as you can see, the responsiveness is pretty quick. You've got your climate controls down below here. You can click this and then it will go to your seat. So you can have it on auto if you wish, or you can click, you know, heated, ventilated, and then there's your steering wheel as well. Click this arrow here. It'll give you your climate control. One thing I do wish is they just gave you climate control buttons over here somewhere. I think having the buttons most people would enjoy rather than going into the screen. But like I said, works really well. If you hit seats here, this is going to be for your massage seat. So you got full recovery and all these other settings. You can even do it for the passenger as well, but you can see no passengers detected there. And then we can go back here. You've got ambient lighting, brightness, valet modes, other settings too, which you can control. Honestly, it's a really cool screen. Now down over here is going to be other buttons. So you got your volume, automatic stop start. This here will have the car turn off its parking sensors or parking chimes. You've got a 360 camera here, and you got really good angles too. So you can do like a tow hitch one, you can do your backup one, you know, a front angle one too. You can turn off your parking sensors and then exit out of it. You got traction control, and then this here is your auto hold button as well. Now I like the fact that there's a pocket here. It is pretty deep, I'm not gonna lie, and you can store a decent amount of things there. On the left here, we've got your push button start. Now down below here, we've got USB-C with a 12 volt as well. 2 cup holders here, and then here is your transmission select with your parking brake. Now here are your different drive modes. So when you turn it, it'll give you a little bit of an animation, which is pretty cool, of the different drive modes, and then it will turn on or off traction control depending on which mode you are in. So you got Eco Sport, and then tow haul, and then you can go back to normal. So that is pretty cool that you can do that. Now for the center console area here, you can have it come up, and it is a pretty deep pocket. You've got a 12 volt there as well. Then you got some more storage here to note, but it is a really nice kind of armrest here. It's padded nicely with some red stitching. Now here at the top, you've got your rear mirror, and then you got your moonroof controls here with your sunglass holder, and then you've got your sunshades as well. But overall, guys, I really do like this interior. I think the Ford Explorer is a great option for people who don't want to spend like $100,000 on a performance SUV and want something fun to drive and powerful and fast with the capability of towing as well. So let me know what you guys think. Let's go outside, talk about price, and give you guys my final thoughts. So let's talk price. 2026 Ford Explorer ST here in Star White Met Tri-Coat. We're sitting at $73,995 Canadian. Let me know what you guys think about this SUV in the comments. Yes, I understand, like, it is expensive, but for a 3-row performance SUV that looks great like this and can do what it does, and you know, the tech in it and the features that it comes with, honestly, it's a great SUV. I would not put this past anybody if they are looking for something in this price range with this amount of fun. So let me know what you guys think about the car in the comments. Curious to know what your thoughts are. That'll conclude this review, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.